The other day I saw an article from BuzzFeed where non-Aussies shared the strangest things they've heard about Australia. So I thought I would just react to some of those tweets and give you the lowdown on whether that happens and the things that we actually do. The first tweet is about pies in Australia. So their tweet says, just found out Australia eats meat pies, just meat, nothing else in them. It's like a pie filled with meat and they get them at gas stations. Yes, we do have meat pies. They're easily available at the service stations. We don't call them gas stations, and we'd nickname it the servo. So you'd go to the servo and you can get a meat pie. And once you have bought your meat pie, you need to open up the lid, pour some tomato sauce on it, close it, and then if you like your tomato sauce, you'd also pour some on the top of the pie and then eat the pie. I don't eat meat anymore, so it's not something that I enjoy, but it's really popular to get meat pies at the servos. It's just a part of our culture. We also love sausage rolls, chicken rolls, chips and gravy with chicken salt. You have to have the chicken salt. Like, you can't have chips any other way. When I moved to the UK, I was like, where is the chicken salt? If you go to KFC here, it's just fries. It's not proper chips and they have no chicken salt. It's like, it's a no-no. So yeah, that's, yeah, we do eat meat pie. I'm not sure why that's so strange. And other parts of the world also eat meat pies. The next one is about McDonald's. So this person is surprised that we call McDonald's Maccas. We even love the term Maccas so much that McDonald's rebranded some of their branches in Australia to be called Maccas. So if anyone ever says, I'm going to Maccas to pick up a double cheeseburger, you know they're going to McDonald's. The next section is about hot dogs and sausage sizzles. This person is shocked that we put sausages on a piece of white bread. Literally, we'll just like fry a beef sausage. It has to be beef. None of this pork business. You fry a beef sausage, you get your piece of bread and you put it in a triangle manner. You then put some tomato sauce on it, fold it up and eat your sausage with the white bread. It's quite normal to do. They were also saying that we do not use hot dog buns. That is incorrect. We do use hot dog buns. We just generally prefer a white piece of bread with a sausage on it. The next comment was that we have sausage sizzles at our voting, and that is true. We have voting on a Saturday and it's compulsory voting. So they have to get people out there somehow. And so the voting stations will offer a sausage sizzle while you take your right to vote. The next one was, I just found out that Australians eat something that they spread on their toast like Nutella, but it tastes like beef. Why? That sounds disturbing. So let's be clear, Vegemite, what they're referring to here, is nowhere near like Nutella. Nutella is a chocolate spread, whereas Vegemite is, yeah, yeast extract. And you get a similar thing in the UK, which is Marmite. It's not unusual, but I guess to other countries like the US, having Marmite or Vegemite is a bit strange. There are different levels, like you can have your Vegemite on toast, and I'll just show you some of the tiers that people have voted for. Now, I've never had this one, but people love putting Vegemite and then avocado on their toast. My sister does this actually quite a lot, and I've not tried it yet because I still find it a bit weird. But maybe that's something that you should try because it was rated one of the best ways to have Vegemite on toast is with a bit of avocado on top. The next one was, I just found out that Australians call their redhead rangers, which is short for orangutan. And yes, that's something we definitely do. I remember in high school calling my redhead friends rangers. And now I wouldn't say that living in the UK, I would say ginger or redhead. The next one, this person seems to be really charmed at the fact that we call umbrellas brollies. I mean, any word that we can shorten, we definitely do. But brolly is a term that sometimes can be said in the UK as well. So it's not an unusual term, at least to me. But yeah, all Australians do call umbrellas brollies because we like to shorten every word or come up with some sort of slang for it. So this person just found out when Australians are out of breath, they will say, I'm puffed. And that is true. We'll say, I'm puffed out or I'm puffed after a run, going up some stairs. If you're really unfit during lockdown, you probably say, I'm puffed quite quickly. So it is a piece of slang that you should add to your dictionary if you're coming to Australia. This person just found out that we call men's swimsuits, so I guess the boxers or speedos, whatever you would call them, is called budgie smugglers. And yes, that is something that we call them. So if you see some men running down the beach in their speedo, you just say, oh, look at them in their budgie smugglers. It's a bit creepy actually, just thinking about how I just said that, but let's move on. This person just found out that we call tracksuit bottoms tracky dacks, and they were going to find someone on YouTube that has said that. Well, I've just said it. Not sure if you've come across my video, but it's not really something that we would say because it's too long. We would just say, oh, I'm wearing my trackies, and it's like informal wear that you just wear around your friends at home because they're super comfortable. In all caps lock, this person is surprised that we eat kangaroos. I think everyone thinks that they're so cute and fluffy and nice and they could never imagine eating them. You can actually find kangaroo meat in the supermarket, and we also eat emus. So if you look at the Australian coat of arms, you will see that there is an emu and a kangaroo, and we eat both of them. They're readily available in the shops, so you can try it out if you ever visit Australia. Oh, I'm like losing my voice from all the excitement from this video. All right. And then I found a comment on a video about how someone disagreed that kangaroos and emus are on our armorial achievement. They think that spiders and insects rule Australia, and why on earth do we have some nice animals on there? Let me know in the comments below if you think Australia is ruled by spiders and insects. There's quite a lot of food ones in this, so the next video we're going to be food related again. So this person is shocked that we have toast with tin spaghetti. I mean, eating toast with tin spaghetti is just like eating baked beans on toast, but baked beans on toaster is even better than spaghetti on toast. That was not my favorite as a kid growing up. And I generally wouldn't have that as an adult. I would always just kind of stick to baked beans. But yeah, it's the thing. Tin and spaghetti on toast. This person has just found out that Australians have something called fairy bread, which is white bread with some butter and some sprinkles on top. However, it's not called sprinkles, it's called hundreds and thousands. Sprinkles are like the longer form candy stuff, and hundreds of thousands are like little balls. And the reason why we call it hundreds and thousands is that we think that there are hundreds and thousands of them in a container. There are two different things here. Sprinkles are totally different, and don't get them confused. This person just found out that we call AC/DC akadaka, and that is correct. We don't say AC/DC, we say akadaka. So I'm just going to listen to Highway from Hell by Akadaka. Let me know in the comments below some of the strangest things you've heard about Australia,